Sizzle, Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim.
Woo!
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Well, hey.
You guys look great.
It's sunny in here.
So
it really
sunny.
is. I'm glad that we all brought our sunglasses. But for real, this is a very serious moment because today is National Sunglasses Day. You have to protect your eyes from the sun. The sun is a killer. Anything can happen.
Those
Be
UV
safe.
rays, those UV rays are dangerous.
Show some appreciation for these guys.
Seriously.
I do love that, like, it very much shows our personalities, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like, sunglasses are like the
Ours are
perfect
kind of
accessory.
similar.
Yeah, because you
Makes
guys
sense.
are twins. I don't know if you guys know that about them.
Allie and I are twins, guys.
Yeah.
That's why we banter.
I am most afraid to take these off, though.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm a little hungover. So.
Wow, good morning.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is much
Looking
better.
proud.
Yeah.
Beautiful crowd here today, really is. Anyway, you know what else is really beautiful? Sean Spicer. Well, not really. Move aside, Ellen and Oprah, because Sean Spicer is returning to the TV screen, but this time as a talk show host. According to the New York Times, the former White House press secretary is developing his very own show, tentatively titled Sean Spicer's Common Ground. And
Yay!
a lot of Spicer heads here,
Yeah.
big fans, in which he banters with guests about a variety of topics. So, this is in the works. The production company behind Wendy Williams is developing this. There's no network attached yet. But basically the premise is that Sean, you know, that guy you just want to sit down and have a beer with, talks to very interesting people in very casual settings. So, sounds riveting. Are you guys gonna watch? You guys excited?
Things like this make me so mad because I went to journalism school. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden people just get shows for being not great people. It's just really interesting to watch how this, but watch, it will get picked up.
Brittany has
It
a
will.
show.
Yeah.
I do, but like,
We're on it right now.
there's like
it.
a lot of people who like probably deserve a show more than him, who can connect with Americans better than he can, but he's just getting it because of.
This
Excuse me.
is so not going to happen. This is just
Oh,
not
see,
going to
I
happen.
think it will.
I
think it
think
will.
this is an idea. They're floating it around, gonna get some buzz, gonna get people angry.
Ooh,
And
anger.
I don't think it'll happen.
But if they get buzz and people get angry, don't you think that will make them do the show?
I agree with Allie, though, because he had trouble allegedly finding a job after leaving the White House, which surprised him because no networks wanted him because, I don't know, on your first day you go, the largest inauguration crowd in history, period, and you lie. Like, no one really wants to hire you as a contributor because no one really trusts you.
Yeah.
So actually with Allie, I think he purposely leaked this to kind of garner up buzz.
Okay.
Wow.
All
Those
right.
Trump people, I mean, God, do you remember when Omarosa, when she went on Big Brother, and she's whispering, like, it's really bad. Trump's gonna kill us. And you're like, girl, why are you whispering? Like, it's all I feel like it's all an act. These Trump people are leaving the White House. Like, I don't know. The Secretary of Defense is gonna have a talk show when he leaves, I bet.
Probably.
I really secretly hope it happens, but I want it to happen with him hosting the show, like hiding in bushes the whole time, because that I would watch.
Right.
No doubt.
I would watch
Yeah,
that.
people join him in the bush.
Yeah, it's like,
My next guest joins me over here in the corner.
It's
And
like
he's
between
just
two
crouched
ferns,
out.
though. That might actually work.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I would watch that. I would also watch if he did it and Melissa McCarthy comes on as him.
Right.
And they just like
yeah.
are both Sean Spicer just like talking to each other. That I would watch that 5
That
days a week.
Melissa McCarthy performance was, in my opinion, the best character that we saw during 2017.
100%.
She killed it. It was so amazing, and I love that they had a woman play
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect. I mean, she destroyed night after night.
Across the board, and that was one that when they did it every time was still funny.
Oh my
and
God,
And
yeah.
apparently it was one of the reasons why Sean fell out of favor with the president, because the president doesn't like people appearing weak, so having a woman, because, you know, portray him was a sign of being weak or whatever, but, and actually to Sean's defense, he actually took it pretty well, I think. He was like,
Yeah.
it's a joke, whatever, but the president didn't. So anyway, Melissa McCarthy, queen. I think it was amazing.
I think the possible guest list for this show is what's really interesting to me. We all know the name Michael Avenatti. He's Stormy Daniels' lawyer. And he tweeted that, like, Sean Spicer's team had reached out to him to be the first guest on this show. And he was like, the ratings would be crazy if this happened, but he declined to do it. So I'm like, are they just gonna use this show as like an extension of all the
Second
drama
guest is
that's
Trump's
happened?
hair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're interviewing the wig.
You know? Like, if they're gonna bring Scaramucci in there, it's just gonna be like this wonderful, weird cast if it does happen.
Scaramucci just started following me on Twitter.
The
Really?
Mooch?
Oh, wow.
You're followed by the Mooch?
He follows a lot of
weird?
comedians, like, for random reasons. I don't know
Right?
He
why.
likes to laugh.
Yeah.
Do you
I have
guys
no idea
remember
what that's
that?
about.
That was 10 days. He was White House communications
10
director,
days.
and he went AWOL on some reporter. Oh my
Yeah.
God, all these Trump people. They are entertaining. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, guys. Don't count them out. They're
Right,
all
okay.
entertaining. They're entertainers, and I could see, like, I guess Fox didn't pick this up, so that's not a good sign. But
Yeah.
I could see it getting picked up by someone.
well, yeah, like,
Not.
yeah, some like maybe small channel, whatever. But anyway, congrats, Sean Spicer.
He's definitely
right.
watching.
yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to something more fun, which is music, which we all love. The Recording Academy has just announced an official change for the Grammy Awards. The top 4 categories will now expand from 5 nominees to 8, which they hope will allow Grammy voters to be flexible when making decisions about representing excellence in music. So the categories included in this change are Record, Song, and Album of the Year, as well as the Best New Artist category. So I think they're hoping that by widening the category, more people will be nominated. In the past, R&B and hip hop hasn't won as often, and so it would give some of those artists a bigger chance of winning, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it. I mean, I think that 5, it might feel small. 5 to 8, right?
Yeah.
But just looking at like the Oscars when they expanded to 10 nominees for Best Picture and maybe a couple other categories,
Yeah.
or was it
I think
just
it was
it was
the
Best
big one,
Picture. They
just
went
Best
from-
Picture.
that I like really hated. I just was like 10 movies. It's like, what are the nominees? Like it's just too many. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's hard to. Like, let's just be selective. Let's really
Right.
honor, like, the greatest things that we saw this year. And I don't think there's always, like, 10 amazing...
But I think it's hard to identify what's great, right?
So
So when the Oscars opened up, they let in more blockbuster films that the public really connected with, versus some of those indie, maybe higher brow films that a lot of people didn't see. So I think it's about bringing in viewers and making people feel connected to these award shows, because as we've seen over the years, the ratings have fallen off. So
yeah.
they're looking for ways to get people excited about it.
It's
again.
definitely a business decision. I think
Yeah.
the Oscars, like that one, what was that show with the silent movie star when that
Yeah,
whole-
The Artist.
The Artist,
Yeah.
right? A great movie, but like no one saw that. So the Oscars just like the viewership was down. That it was, but I'm just saying as a business standpoint, they're like, which maybe kind of takes the like, I don't know, the prestige of it a little bit of a way, but they're kind of like, if we open it up so maybe one Avengers movie gets nominated, I don't think it will. I'm just saying, like 1,000 billion people watch that movie, they're gonna tune in just to see like their favorite movie nominated.
Yeah.
It might get more viewership, but I, like, really don't like the idea of not respecting, like, the integrity of, like, the art of some of these films. Like, just including big budget movies just because that's what people like. I mean, people like stupid shit. Like, look, you guys are watching this show right now. Like, people just like to watch like fun, fluffy stuff. That doesn't mean it deserves an Oscar for like the best work of art.
But I think award shows are becoming like less about like this actually matters and oh my God, I got a Grammy. Like we just heard Jay-Z like a couple weeks ago say fuck the Grammy.
Right.
So now the Grammys is like, oh no, are we relevant? Do we matter? And I think for the audience, sometimes we're like, well, it doesn't really matter who they choose. We know what was the best album, who was like the real artist who changed our perspective this summer with their greatest hits.
Yeah.
And with the Grammys in particular, something I've always observed, they're actually relatively a conservative voting body.
Absolutely.
That Beyonce won a lot of Grammys when she was more of a mainstream artist, kind of, which you didn't like.
Super commercial.
Super commercial.
Yeah.
When she started to, particularly with Lemonade, when she kind of started breaking out and like really celebrating her Black identity and as a powerful Black woman, it's when voters kind of like she would win R&B album, but she wouldn't win album of the year. I think it's a criticism with the Grammys that maybe they're trying to address. Like we're gonna open it up, make it more diverse, and give these more diverse albums a fair shot. So yes, I love Adele, but like. I don't know if 25 was better than Lemonade.
I mean,
and,
even Adele was like, this is
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
this is
Like,
for
this is
Beyonce.
Yeah.
She was like, take this, Beyonce, I don't deserve it.
I always say that Adele should have won like Song of the Year.
Right.
Yeah.
And that, because Hello was great,
Yeah.
but like album, the entire
Yeah.
album, nobody beat Beyonce that year.
I agree.
Adele even knew. But I think when we saw last year, Bruno Mars won album, song, and record of the year. And I feel like if the categories were a little more broad, we might see some of these artists that we really listen to get pushed up there. So I'm excited to see how it works this year. It might be just like a great experiment. They could always go back.
Yeah.
Who knows?
True.
Down.
All right, well, more music-related news. Donald Glover, AKA Childish Gambino, has been accused of copying hit single This Is America from another song. Fans have compared the track to the 2016 song American Pharaoh by rapper Chase Harley. Childish Gambino's manager is hitting back at allegations, saying in a now deleted tweet, "The internet is a place of no consequences. I hate that blogger Toronto academic / every white blogger can say something gospel and y'all take it. This song is 3 years old and we have the Pro Tools files to prove it. But fuck you and your moms and your future fetuses. Stay blessed."
That what a tweet.
Poetry.
Fuck your fetuses. Let that sink in.
Poetry.
That's
I've
something
never
I'm gonna
heard
be
that
saying.
before. Like,
That's deep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jace Harley took to Instagram to urge fans to focus on the real issue, social injustice, and not the music controversy. I think, the songs are super similar, but all in all, I have to say, Jace Harley, I love the way he handled this. He's so positive. He's like, I'm happy that I got to influence this song, and also like, let's focus on what really matters. I just became a fan. Yeah. Is beating fetuses is what he's saying. Fuck your fetus.
The songs are very similar. We listened this morning, and you can. I don't think it's a direct copy, and there's a lot of different like copyright laws that they would have to prove in order to like actually get paid out. But it is a very similar sound. And I would even give a hands up to Harley because his lyrics are even a little more in depth and like get into like the Black issues even more. So I feel like this could be good for him in the long run because it's giving him this exposure now to a wider audience. People are streaming his song on Spotify. Right. So I think he's actually handling it in a really smart way. He's going high. And I think it could pay off for him.
Yeah. I mean, and I think at the end of the day, if the two of them are okay with it, then like, who are we to really be like, don't be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, fight.
They're both happy. Like, so we're just now debating whether or not they should be angry at each other.
Yeah,
I mean, Donald Glover is probably one of the most talented people alive right now. Yeah. This Is America is an incredibly groundbreaking song. So yeah, they sound similar, but this isn't the first time. I mean, Katy Perry's War sounded like Sarah Bareilles' Brave. Lady Gaga's
Wait, what Katy Perry song?
Roar.
Oh, Roar.
And Brave, and same thing happened with Brave. It became popular when they realized that. And then, of course, Lady Gaga's Born This Way sounds a lot like Madonna's Express Yourself. They're not direct copies. You can't really prove it, but they sound similar. And the messages are
wow, they do sound similar.
Yeah.
Roar and Brave. I'm like playing them in my head.
No, they're
right
literally
now.
the same thing. And then
they're both like na, na, na,
and then in Born This Way, Madonna went on tour that year and performed Express Herself and then sings Born This Way without changing the beat at all. And everyone's like, oh shit, they're the same beat. But like, okay, this has happened before. All those artists I just mentioned are incredibly talented people, and like,
and they're all thieves.
Yeah.
And,
no, but it's not like, it's like no one stole. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, if you're inspired of what, they're similar, whatever. Everyone has their reasons. The thing is, like with this, like exactly, they're not mad at each other. I don't think Donald.
Remember Robin Thicke and Marvin Gaye?
Blurred
But that resulted in a lawsuit.
Really dirty,
They got paid out
they were pissed.
Right, but that was proven to be a direct copy. So I don't think that's the case here. But
I think it's so hard to prove. You remember with Ice Ice Baby, the dun 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 dun.
No, but his is dun 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 dun.
Like under,
wait, what?
It's like what? It's like so specific. So again, I think this artist was really smart not to even go down that road because it would be very expensive and probably really drawn out. I think Childish Gambino has like a bigger operation behind him, so they'd be caught in litigation forever about it. I think we should just focus on the message and move forward, and I'm glad that we are.
Hell yeah.
Both are so talented.
Yeah,
they're great.
Exactly.
Totally. In other news, actress and comedian Tiffany Haddish isn't afraid to spill the tea. And during a recent Red Table Talk interview with Jada Pinkett Smith, Haddish revealed that she was asked out on a date by Drake. Woo. But it didn't exactly turn out as planned. Take a listen.
So I blocks all this time off. Like, shoot, I go get my mustache waxed, you know what I'm saying? Get my armpits waxed, got me a nice little dress. Then I'm like, so what time are we heading out? Are you sitting in the car? Like, where are we going?
Right.
And then he's like, oh, man, my bad, family emergency. I'm in Canada right now. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Right. I could have made $100,000 today.
Right.
But I was trying to see what that D do. But all right.
Wow.
Stand up, Tiffany.
Right?
Yeah. What was he thinking? Also, like, he waited until the day of, not even like contacting her the day of. He waited until she hit him up to be like, are you in the car? Like, how late did he cut it?
And I love it.
I have a lot of questions.
I know, but I also love how like a superstar like Drake uses the same excuses that we do. Like, oh, family emergency, sorry. Like, it's so funny. Like, it was what? Like, this is between two superstars, and that's what he says to her? Like,
what would be a good superstar emergency? Are you thinking of?
Like
Like,
I
I'm
gotta go into the
filming.
studio.
I'm filming.
Yeah.
I had an impromptu concert in front of 10,000 people, and I just won a Grammy out of nowhere, and I have to go like fly to wherever. Like I don't know.
I think this just proves that dating is a struggle, no matter how famous
Yeah.
you are. If Tiffany Haddish cannot get a date, well, then what the hell are we supposed to do?
I mean, she can. It's just I think Drake knew that she wanted to know what that D could do. He was like, actually, I don't think my dick is worthy.
And she
a good way of
said,
looking at
she was like, I could have made $100,000 that day, but she waited around for Drake. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Do not choose men over money.
Get paid.
Get paid.
Get paid. What is this? And also Drake, I remember like a year or so ago, he posted on Instagram when he was at Saturday Night Live a picture of Sarah Silverman, and he was like, my crush. Like Drake clearly likes funny girls. And
yeah.
funny girls are usually the ones who like are not gonna take your bullshit.
Right.
So like, what is he doing playing around with them? Like
Well,
these
she-
are funny, outspoken women. Like
Yeah.
I hate that he did this.
Yeah.
Well, she put him on blast immediately about
Yeah,
it, which I
good.
love.
Yeah.
Which, that's why I love Tiffany Haddish, is because anything going on in Hollywood, we know now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because she just shares it openly.
Who?
Like, we know.
Motherfucking Beyonce.
Thank you.
I want that. I want an.
She told us.
I know, but like, it's for sure. Is it
It's
confirmed?
on. Yeah, it's
Wait,
on
so
a
what
link.
exactly
I wanted a
happened?
special prosecutor to examine that.
But like, we would have
investigation.
never heard about this.
If
But
she didn't-
Tiffany just shares it with the world, and
She,
I kind
she
of
basically
love it.
had an
Yeah.
interview where they were at some
They were at a party.
Was it a post Beyonce Jay-Z tour?
Yeah, it was like a private.
And she said that this one actress came up and basically like bit Beyonce out of
In the face.
out of affection, kind of like wrong kind of thing, but like who bites Beyonce?
And
like
Tiffany Haddish was about to beat this girl's ass.
and Beyonce-
was like, don't do it, Tiffany. Like, don't do
Like,
it.
she's
Beyonce
fucked up.
knows
Well,
the
that's
woman who
Yeah.
did it.
weird. Like I'm a biter. I'll bite my friends and I'll bite people I like. But like, why would you bite the face?
Yeah.
Like the face is like the least
You
like
can always bite
biteable
a hand,
place.
bite
Yeah,
an arm.
But-
bite a shoulder.
It was aggressive.
Beyonce's
a little
face?
like roll.
Yeah.
And also, Tiffany said that the Beyonce was like, cool, she's really like fucked up right now, like ignore it or whatever. But
Yeah.
it was this whole thing. It was like, who bit
Yeah.
Beyonce? People were guessing and like,
I want to see Beyonce being like, let her go.
Yeah.
yeah. Like Beyonce react. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
was so into this
I
story. That's why I
wonder.
love Tiffany Haddish.
I do, yeah. Tiffany, I mean, she's super extra, but she does bring this authenticity to Hollywood that I think we've been missing for a very long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I'm always excited to see what she's gonna do next. She has like 3 movies coming out. Like, she's in her
She
moment.
has Cardi B realness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's just
She
like
does.
living in her moment, and she came from super humble beginnings, so also always
foster
support
care.
her.
She's such
Yeah.
so inspiring, incredible. I love her. I think
Yeah.
she's great.
Yeah, she's
Surprise,
the
I love
best.
her.
Surprise!
You love
I also love that
everybody.
she's always wearing that dress. Like I feel like we're gonna see that dress 10 more times, and every time she wears it, I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I fully intend on repeating like every outfit on this show.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know. Don't keep track.
You haven't worn this yet though.
No, I haven't. This is a new reveal.
Yeah. We're calling it Golden Girls chic.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone was
I
like,
like it.
no,
I was like, no.
no. All right, moving on. I don't want to talk about my fashion failures. The Lindsay Lohan we knew in 2008 is dead. In an interview with the New York Times, the actress reflected on her image in the tabloids and looked positively towards the future, saying, "My past has to stay in the past. Like, people have to just let go of it and stop bringing it up because it's not. It's gone. It's dead."
I mean, that's true.
It's good.
Oof.
I
I
mean,
guess, yeah.
I hate when people live in the past. Do you know that, Allie?
Yeah, I tend to live in the past.
Yeah, and I'm always like, get in the now.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, but in 2008, Lindsay Lohan did this, and I'm like, but she's a different woman now.
So, if you don't know, Lindsay Lohan is now opening up these hotels across Europe.
Beach clubs, yeah.
Right now, beach clubs in Greece specifically. And I think this is a good new start for Lindsay. I mean, she had it rough here. If any of you ever saw her in the tabloids or in person, oh my God. And now she looks good. She looks happy. I'm glad to see her doing something that she's feeling good about. And it's always, interesting to see celebrities turn themselves around in this
It is.
way.
I think we have to thank Oprah for this one, as we have to thank her
Yeah.
for so many wonderful gifts she's given us. But remember, she had an interview with Lindsay Lohan a couple years ago.
Yes.
And Lindsay literally started shifting since then. And even in this article that the New York Times wrote, she meditates every day because Oprah told her to.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're getting this more calm Lindsay
Yeah.
because of Oprah.
I
love
remember
that.
that interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all, like, sometimes when someone's lost, all they need is, like, someone to show them kindness and
Yeah.
love instead of being like, ooh, your life is burning up in flames. Let's photograph it and put it on the tabloids.
Right.
Like, I feel like we really, like, mistreat celebrities. So I think, if more people like Oprah like stepped up and were like, hey, you're going through something, I'll take care of you. Why don't you meditate,
Well, the interview is really fascinating if you haven't read it.
In the New York Times.
In the New York Times, because I definitely congratulate her on finding peace and why she lives in Dubai, because they don't take pictures of her there, because they're legally not allowed to, whatever. But it just has this kind of air to it, like an old Hollywood movie star that's like lost her, like, I feel like she should be wearing sunglasses, smoking a cig like Joan Crawford and be like, and I'm on the beach in Greece and I had these clubs and I rose all across the world. But you don't know what exactly, I just don't know if it's all real. Like I'm reading the interview like, this sounds great, but is this real or is this happening in her head?
No, I think what happened is, I think that Lindsay Lohan has dealt with lots of substance abuse. I mean, lots of personal trauma. And I think the truth is she really doesn't know what exactly is going on right now. She's just in a place where she feels happy and she's living in the moment, and everyone's gonna judge her still because we have privy to know about what's going on in her life, and she is confused. That's why we saw her with the accent. We see her getting out of America and doing these things and starting new ventures. I don't know that she knows what she's doing right now. So for us to be like, what is she doing? It's like, she's just trying to like find her way. I think she's seriously lost.
She's also like, she said like she FaceTimes her family, but she's not as like, I don't think Dina, her mom, is as involved in her life anymore. And God bless Dina Lohan. Those were the days when she was partying with Lindsay. But I don't know, it seems like she's very independent, like in figuring it out, kind of,
It sounds like putting an ocean between her family. It's probably a really good move for her.
Yes, I think that's necessary.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, whenever we saw pictures of her in New York when she was visiting Dina, and she says she visits her like when she's in New York, Lindsay looks like rough. So it's good that she's
apparently Tiffany Trump's visiting her. Apparently they're friends. That was a little good little.
I didn't know that.
Whoa, I would watch that reality show.
Yeah, well, did you see in the article it says that they're working on a reality TV show with MTV, and I am actually really excited for that.
Vanderpump Rules, which is cool.
I can't wait. I think that's gonna be fun.
That'd be good. I think that'd be good. I could see her as like a Lisa Vanderpump type, where she's like a staff of waiters in Greece, and she's like.
It's like, again, I like the idea of it, but it goes against everything she's talking about in the article. She's saying she doesn't like photos, she wants space away, she needs privacy, and then she's like, by the way, I'm working on a reality show. And it's like, okay, she doesn't have focus that she like needs.
But maybe she could be the executive producer on that and have more control over her image. Because like when people take photos, when the paparazzi takes photos of her, she doesn't get to control what goes out there. So if she does a reality TV show, like if she's like Lisa Vanderpump makes herself look good because she's working it. She's controlling what's putting out there, what the storylines are. So this could be a new opportunity for us to show her.
But like Ali said, there is a little bit of that sense of like, I'm developing a movie based off this book. I'm working on a reality show I'm doing this, and you're like, you're a little bit like, what?
I don't think it's all true.
That's like what? That's what I was saying. It's like this old-timey, like, oh, I'm doing this, darling. I'm totally fine. I'm fine.
I'm also working on a feature and a one-woman show and a stand-up special, and I have a podcast. It's just so you know, I'm
developing a liquor line.
I'm the same age as Lindsay, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I think that she's trying. You know, and she's gonna throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. Probably. I don't know.
God bless.
I think it's a good plan.
Hey, maybe she'll be on Sean Spicer's show. That's like a comeback.
Oh, we'll see her in the bushes.
And don't get it twisted. If I'm in Greece, I will go to this beach club.
I'm staying.
I think it's called Lohan Beach Club.
In a second.
Yes. I would be down to visit that.
We'll keep an eye on Lindsay. Well, our fave new member of the royal family, Meghan Markle, has been nominated for Choice Style Icon at the Teen Choice Awards. Known for her style, Markle is up against Blake Lively, Harry Styles, Migos, Chadwick Boseman, and Zendaya. The USA Network show Suits, which Meghan starred in, has been submitted for Emmy consideration as well. Could this start a tradition of integrating royalty into award shows?
Probably not.
Probably not. I'm very surprised that Meghan Markle has been nominated for a Choice Style Icon specifically because everyone hates on her style all the time.
Well, I mean, I think it's gotten better she's become like part of the royal family, but what an honor for the royal family. Like really giving it up. I can't wait for this season of The Crown.
He's being sarcastic.
When this episode where Meghan Markle has to go to the Teen Choice Awards. It's season 17, guys. Just watch it. Wait for it on Netflix. It's gonna be really great.
I'm actually a little insulted because I think Harry Styles is actually a royal. So I'm like, there's two royals in this category, and we all know Harry's gonna win because have you seen his suits?
Blake Lively's going to win.
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively has been out of it for so long.
She's a walking mannequin. What do you mean?
No. Have you seen Harry Styles' clothing?
Wait. I have to come at
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
No. I have to respond to you, Brittany. Blake Lively was like in trending clothes like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I
with
agree.
Gossip
No,
Girl.
I disagree.
What is she even doing?
She's the most stylish person we have right now.
No.
No,
Oh my
that is
compared to Harry
No,
Styles.
help me out.
That
Anybody?
is
No.
so off base,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love you, and I agree
think
with
you just
almost
have a
everything you
crush
say
on
on the
Blake
show.
Lively.
I
It's
think-
okay. Blake Lively is beautiful and she's great, but she's not gonna win this award.
No.
I'm saying it right
Do
now.
you guys read like People magazine or like anything? She's always in there. She changes outfits like 7
Is it-
times a day.
Have you been on internet.com?
Yeah.
Harry Styles is all over.
What about-
Harry
Is it Chadwick-
Styles really
Is it
like
Chadwick
has.
Boseman nominated too?
Who?
Is Chadwick nominated?
Who? No.
He's not really.
It's
I don't
like
even know what
Lucas-
clothes he's
Fine. Okay,
We're talking about
I'm
fashion.
siding with
Harry
Allie.
Styles is very like I see him in edgy, cool,
Yeah.
fresh suits. He
Gender
really-
bending, like
yeah,
all
like
of-
that's
yeah.
very interesting to me, and like I feel like he definitely has a place in this category. Blake Lively, no one is really commenting on the fact that anything she wears is trend-setting or edgy in a way that Harry Styles is.
I
And
I
Meghan,
disagree. I think it's a completely different audience. She wears high fashion. She's constantly walking
Wait,
in
no.
shows.
But Harry
Everything she's
Styles
promoting-
is fashion. He is fashion. Like
for
he's
who?
creating his for the masses.
I think when you look at women, especially women in that 25 to 40, Blake Lively is much more recognizable in the fashion.
she just wears
Don't
like gowns.
even play
She's
the
just
woman
wearing
card.
regular gowns.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
she
even
looks
remember
like
what
every other
outfit
woman
she's
on the red
worn though
carpet.
this year. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking.
I
Like
think-
what?
I do. She wears suits. She wears menswear. She wears
Where?
gowns. She wears dresses.
Where does she wear
She
menswear?
had babies.
Yeah.
I think. Look, I like Blake Lively's style. I don't know.
I think
Okay, well,
I
you're-
don't know.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that this was gonna happen. That we were gonna fight
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
this.
I'm just saying Harry
needless
has it
to
a lockdown. He's gonna win.
Well, I guess
Needless
we'll
to
see.
say,
we will see.
you guys,
The teen
You
Twitch wars.
guys-
We should fight about these.
regardless, Meghan Markle's losing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
she is.
Well,
Meghan Markle's like not a part of this conversation at all.
She literally is not a part of
I
this
guess they're
conversation.
throwing her a nomination. I mean, obviously they are because of the royalty.
Right.
Yeah, I think the
But-
Queen called the Teen Choice Awards and
Like-
was like, "Help us out.
Give her this
Just
one."
Say she's
It
stylish.
needs to be a Teen
Yeah.
Choice Award.
She's
I mean,
definitely
but
called
it-
it.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's so just to get publicity.
Yeah, I know. I'm
That's a
trying to, but
Sorry, go.
Sorry, give her time for her impression.
No, now your turn. Now your turn.
Well, they did submit her. USA submitted her to be nominated for an Emmy because she did film this last season of Suits as a
Yeah.
supporting actress. Like that, she could be nominated for, but I don't know if for acting. I
She's
never.
not winning anything.
Yeah, this was more just for publicity, or maybe the Queen made a call.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Queen made a call because the Queen lent her earrings. So it's more like the Queen being like, "My earrings looked good, right?"
Right.
And it's like, "Hey, it's not about you."
Stylish.
Harry's
yeah.
winning. Who cares?
Harry's winning.
I am still really heated, so I think we should move on.
Well, I like Chadwick Boseman a lot.
That's what I was saying, but I got interrupted.
No, you were saying it, but we were trying to finish one point.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Totally right. Him at the Met Gala, he was killing it. That's the thing. He's a
Did
style
you
icon.
like him at the Met Gala?
Because usually guys at the Met Gala don't really go into like the costume, but he
Right.
What was he wearing?
like this like white suit kind of with like kind of the cape to it. I don't know.
Oh, yes!
It was cool.
Well,
That
we're
was
all
really
going to be
cool.
watching the
You
Teen
know who
Choice
probably
Awards.
wasn't even at the Met Gala?
Who?
Blake.
Yeah.
Oh, think about it.
Moving on. It is
Solid.
now time to go to our special guest. Caroline Hirsch is the founder and owner of the iconic New York comedy venue Caroline's on Broadway. She's also an entrepreneur, producer, and the visionary behind the annual New York Comedy Festival. Please put your hands together for Caroline Hirsch.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, she's got her sunglasses.
Oh my God! Hi. Thanks for coming on. This dinner
Welcome, welcome. Caroline, I love your sunglasses.
Love the shades.
Loving
Yeah.
Those are
Thanks for
super.
joining us.
You know what? Blake Lively would probably wear those, so they're very fashionable.
Let it go, Brittany.
I'm not letting it go. So Caroline, thank you so much for joining us. We're all huge fans of Caroline's. Have you guys all gone to a show there?
Oh, you gotta go.
It's always so much fun. But what I don't know is how you got into comedy. So what made you take on this adventure?
It was almost like a fluke. I was in retail and I worked for a department store in New York City that was closing. And I was out of work and I had two friends that had some bars around the city and they said, let's open a cabaret. And that's how it happened. And the minute they said, oh, let's name it Caroline's, it was like, okay, now I have to work at this.
Let's get that name.
So the cabaret was okay, but you know, it was the time David Letterman was just going on air at 12:30, and he had a lot of the young observational humorists on. So I said, let's hire Jay Leno, followed by Jerry Seinfeld and Gary Shandling, and then everybody would go on TV saying that they were at Caroline's. So it gave us a national play, and that's how that happened.
The timing was just perfect.
It was perfect. It was the beginning of what was happening here, and I thought I had a feeling about what was happening there. And God knows it's just been, it's been over 30 years, but it's worked.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And how long was the club open and you were running it before it started to gain that recognition? Because now when you say Caroline's, everyone knows that's the club to go to in New York City.
For headliners, yeah.
For headliners.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And new talent. We're developing a lot of new talent today. So we have a lot of young women that are really coming up the ranks. I mean, there are many, many, many more women doing comedy today than when I first started out. I think that because of the cable TV era, like you young ladies were watching Comedy Central and whatever and got a feeling about what was happening. And that's why I think more young women have decided to get into the field.
How do you go about discovering new talent?
We have a new talent night, and we have a booker. We watch tapes, people submit, and then they're given, if they have a good 6 minutes, they can be part of the show. And that's how we kind of start people out, and we watch them.
That's awesome. I just want to know real quick, what's the biggest don't when someone sends you a tape? Are you just never start with holding up your headshot or something weird? Because I know comedians sometimes try too hard.
Don't start with having a rapport with the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Good enough.
What do you do?
Right.
Don't do that.
crowd
Have your
work.
own material. It's how you deliver it. It's your writing. It's your unique take on things. And that's really what makes people stand out.
Yeah. Off that, I mean, I'm so impressed. Jon Stewart, Tracy Morgan, Michelle Wolf, these incredible comedians. Is there some inherent quality that they all have that you can spot and be that person's gonna make it?
Yeah, because they were funny and actually they had their own voice. I mean, Jon is typically somebody that really turned to be much more political after The Daily Show. But Jon always had that talent. I met Jon when he was 28 years old.
Wow.
And we used to do a Saturday children's show together. That's how long ago that was. But you do see the quality early on.
Right.
I mean, it may not be over the top, but you know how people develop over the years. And it takes a long time to develop. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a good 5 years to find your voice. And then your voice might change in between, and you get even better and better and better.
Caroline, I'm a stand-up, and Caroline's was the first club that I ever performed at on the new talent night. And I did that show for, I think, 4 years before I was eventually passed at the club, because it takes a while. And now I've started to see, which I don't think I saw as much of when I was really coming up in the scene, that Caroline's is doing showcase shows. And I'm curious, is that something that, because it is primarily a headliner club, is that something that, we're gonna see more of? Is that something you guys are interested in, putting on more of those shows, or?
Well, interesting you said that. We do showcases, but we found something else that we do. It's called the Breakout Artist Series, where we take a performer who we think has a good, solid 30 minutes, and they can headline their own show. Wow. And agents and managers all want their clients to do that because it's, they were headlining at Caroline's, and they have this good 30-minute set, and it's just good for their careers. So we're doing a lot more of that.
Yeah, and I've loved those. I've gone to some of them, and they're really spectacular.
The people that have broken out, they're quite amazing. Michael Che, Colin Jost. I mean, there's a lot of Michelle Wolf. There's so many people that broken out through that way.
Yeah.
Speaking of trends, you said you've been in this industry for 30 years. Do you think comedians have changed? Do you think material has gotten better, worse, more PC, less PC? What sort of changes have you seen?
I think that, we've gone from take my wife jokes to more observational and worldly about what's happening exactly in our society. And now with social media, it's what happened 2 minutes ago is out there and somebody commenting on it. So that's where it's changed. And, technology really has changed comedy over the years. You take technology from radio in the 40s to TV shows that went over in the 50s. Then you go into basic cable TV coming around and having HBO and all those stand-up specials, and that brought a whole new range of comedians into people's homes. And now you have the internet, which is kind of broken out everybody. So the technology has helped it, and technology has gotten a lot of people in trouble too.
Yes, we see that every single day.
Yeah.
And it's probably picking your favorite child, but do you have a comedian that really always gets you?
I can't really.
I know, it's so hard.
There are so many great people that I have worked with over the years, but I still do enjoy when I put Bill Maher on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still see that naughty boy that was there almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
He's still doing it, but he does it much, much better now.
Oh yeah, he's so good. I love him. Well, Caroline, it was really, really great chatting with you today.
Nice
Thank you so much
chat
for
with you.
joining us. And make sure you check out Caroline's on Broadway for the latest acts in stand-up, and be on the lookout for the 2018 New York Comedy Festival. Give it up for Caroline.